Good morning, everyone. The idea for today is it's a bit of a weird one, but I was just asleep, and I was like, what if I write a whole tune without even listening to it? And I think I must have saw it on YouTube a little while back, but I thought I'd give it a try. So the aim of today is writing a whole track without listening to it. So yeah, I'm gonna write the whole thing and try not to hear anything. I think I might have to break the rules a tiny bit when I load in samples, but I'm going to try to not do that. Try to not break the rules at all. So I am going to use obviously I was going to try and use the analyzers somehow. I can just mute the stereo out. There you go. Yeah, that would be good. And so, if you look at if you watch the stream back and you're like, or watch this video back and you're like, I can't hear anything, it will be because I'm writing a whole track without listening to it. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in big letters just so that everybody can see. Yeah, so writing a whole track without listening to it is the aim of this session. I've got to put it in orange. Get the Wreckless colours rolling. It's not quite the right orange. I know that doesn't matter, but it matters to me. Yeah, so a bit of a weird one, but that's the aim for today, is write this whole track without listening to it. So yeah, I'm just gonna sort of, and some of you might be like, oh, what's the point of that? But the point is to try and like get me out of, any creative kind of preconceptions that I have. I can sort of break those preconceptions that I have of what a tune should be, and just kind of make something. Yeah, kind of get me out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm just kind of doing stuff by what I think, and I am using my eyes a little bit as well. So just thinking about this mid-range, I don't want it to be eaten up by one whole pad. I've got no idea what it sounds like, but so if that's the case, I'm going to play quite a simple chord on it, like just an A minor. And maybe stretch that out over, I don't know, 33 bars. And you can see I've voiced the chord here with quite a wide voicing, because I don't know what the sound is like. So it might be really like thick, or it might be really thin, but at least with the split voices, it will give it some room to sort of, be the sound it needs to be, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what it sounds like. That one starts a bit late, that voice. So yeah, that's going to be my starting pad sound. Maybe I'll turn that down a little bit, just so that it grows in the background, and then I'm going to record a version of that. It's a bit weird doing a recording because I've got no idea if it. I can see by the waveform that something is being recorded, but it's definitely a weird process. And I am excited to see what happens as well with the idea. And it is absolutely I don't know, it removes all of my I don't know, my hang-ups or whatever about what music should be, and I get completely out of the way of myself. But there's still a sense of me, because obviously I'm making all of the choices of what parts are going to be and what I think might work. But at the same time, I'm not like, that might need a little bit of verb because it just ends really short. So I'm just going to put a little bit of verb on that. A little bit of a longer verb, not much tops, not much of the mix. And then maybe I'll give it some tiny bit of delay as well. It's just a little bit of delay, just so that it feels like it doesn't finish at the end too quick. It still looks like it ends quite quickly there. Yeah, that's got a little bit of a tail now. So that's cool. So there's my pad. And then I'm going to put some drums to go with that. So I'm going to have to pick something that's already a loop, because otherwise I've got no idea if I'll be able to chop it right. So I'm going to use some of these think breaks and see what happens. I'm just going to pick one. Let's put this one in. Yeah, see what happens. And I'm just going to have to sort of quantize it by eye, which is terrible. I guess that snare could be a little bit back. Oh, I see. So that one puts the snare right on the bar. This one looks like it's got a little bit of preamble, but I think that'll probably be the best place for it. Boom. Maybe I could just tighten these up a little bit. Ah, it looks good. That'll have to do. I can always tighten it up later if I need. So we've got the think drums there. I'm just going to attempt to EQ it a little bit, because even though I've got no idea what it sounds like, I can just look out for places that I know might be a problem. So somewhere that might be a problem is when I'm just looking at the waveform generator, is I've got a lot of energy up in the very, very bright top end. So I might just gently bring that down, just a touch, a dB or two. Then I've got a lot of energy and resonance here at 1K. So I'm just going to gently duck that down as well. And then the classic 200, sort of 150, that kind of area gets quite full. So I'm going to give that a tiny bit of a cut, 230. And then, like my kick drum, maybe just down a little bit. So I might give that just the tiniest bit of a low boost. And if you're thinking this is crazy, so am I now. I'm thinking, yeah, this is absolutely crazy. But that's the point, is to get me out of my comfort zone And my comfort zone is listening to the audio and judging it. So, you know, and thinking about whether it's good enough or not. And now this is like, let the idea, whatever was supposed to come out, let that just come out. And, yeah, get a vibe rolling. That's at about 2K. So let's see what's there. There we go. And it's not much EQ, it's just very gentle, like 1 dB, 2 dB, 3 dB on those. But instead of it being loads of really resonant transients, I've kind of ducked those down a little bit. I'm also going to turn the gain down a tiny bit as well, just so it doesn't clip too much inside. There we go. Then without the click, how's that looking? And I might just put a little bit of compression on it as well. But I've got no idea what the compressor is going to do, so I've got to be really gentle. Here's a tip though, so that I can know my compressor kind of works with the groove, is do 60,000 divided by 174. That's going to be a quarter note, 8th note, 16th note. So yeah, I want that 16th note. And then 86.2, that can be my release. And at least I know the release is in time. And then the attack, 43.1. I have no idea what the compression is going to sound like. I know I like optical compression. I'm just going to do a couple of dB, 3 to 1. Just kind of have it roughly on 3 dB of gain reduction. And that's going to even that out a bit and give that 3 dB. Maybe that's too much. Back down to, let's give it 1.5. There we go. So I've got some nice compression, I think. And then I might clip it a little bit as well. So just so that any of those really big transients, the clipper will just catch those. Give me a little bit more of a consistent drum sound, hopefully. There we go. That's my drums, I guess. I don't know, because I've got no idea. So I'm thinking this pad is taking up a bit too much of the frequency range. So I'm just going to take a moment to thin it out again as well. Yeah, just gently thin that out in all the problem areas. So just a little bit less. And a little bit less around here. And a little bit less in the tops. I realised I could have just turned it down as well, probably. So what I'm going to do is bring this back down to 50%. And then just turn it down a little bit so it doesn't eat up all of the room. There we go. Right. Let's synthesize a bass. I've got absolutely no idea what this is going to sound like, which is the exciting thing, really. Okay, yeah, right. I'm going to use just going to try and get a really basic. sine wave in there. Oh, my bad. Yeah, there we go. So I've got just a basic sine wave, and then what I can also do is go. I want it to be, and I want it to be flip vertical. Yeah, invert the polarity, and then I'm just going to add in a third harmonic, a tiny bit of a fifth harmonic, and then I'm also going to add, like on this second one, tiny bit more, tiny bit less, and then this one, and this one I'm going to do like that. Get a bit more. There we go. I've got all those waveforms now, which is cool. So what I can do is go morph, crossfade, and now I've got quite a cool wavetable. Yeah, which I can use, and then I'm going to modulate that with just a basic sine. Right, let's play that. That's too high. Yeah, that's going to be sub. Quite a powerful sub, so I'll turn it down a little bit. I don't want to hear this one. I don't want it to be random. I want you both to start in the same place. Then, what do I want? I want some wavetable movement. Yeah, so that moves, and I'm going to move that maybe 1/2 dotted. So it just kind of has that little, you can see that little bit of movement in the harmonics there, which is quite cool. And then I'm going to do FM by B. And I'm going to do that as, I don't know, 1 bar and rise up. I'm just going to have like this amount. And then I'm going to filter that a little bit. I've literally no idea what this sounds like at all, so yeah, you'll have to bear with me. Then maybe some of this distortion, just a little bit. Get it up to a reasonable amount of bass. Just take off a tiny bit of attack and add a tiny bit of release, so I've got something nice there. And then I guess I'm going to put a bass line in. And hopefully that goes boop. So boop. Dunka, 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 boop, boop. So yeah. Then I'll just put in something an octave up. Boop. Boop, boop. Yeah, that's cool. That's what that bass line's going to be, apparently. Okay, so I think this beat could be a tiny bit fuller. So I'm going to send that to the brakes bus. And then from the brakes bus, I'm going to send it to my comp bus, which I've already got set up. But yeah, I've already set this up in the past, so I know that's going to compress it a little bit, and I can add that in. I'm going to guess that's enough. And then I've got this bus where I've got a little bit of distortion on it, and I can add just a touch of that in. That's hopefully going to thicken out that drum sound a bit. Still a tiny bit worried about that top end being so bright. So, it's because it's a think, of course. I know exactly the EQ that I need then. Yep, I've already got this EQ prepped for a think break. Just going to sort of tame those peaks a little bit there. Get that on linear phase. There we go. That should be nice now, hopefully. Looks a little bit fuller. Yeah, that's looking cool. Because I don't know what it sounds like. And then that's my bass line. Right, I'm going to use Omnisphere for kind of like a stab. Oh yeah, this is in A minor, by the way. B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, cool. So I guess I'm just going to pick any sound because I don't know what it sounds like. So it might as well be any sound. Destroy the Eraserhead. No. Distant Life in reverse. Okay, that's going to have to be the sound because I've got no idea what it is. Boop. Boom. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Wherever that is, whatever that's doing, fair enough. And let's put that in there and there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that Omnisphere. I'm going to go into it, pick a similar sound. So if I go to Sound Match, there's one here called Coral Reef. I'm going to switch it for that one, and that's going to play the second half of that. Both of those are going to get a little bit of EQ. Just to make sure they haven't got too much low. I'll just gentle, whatever resonance that is. Make sure it's not got too much top. And the same with this one. Just doing your basic housekeeping. Make sure it's not got too much low. Sort of watching out for any really big resonances. And just taming them a little bit. And then just taming the top end a little bit as well. Yeah, there we go. What else do we need? So we've got all this. Then once that pad's come out, we might need a little, like a chord swell. So Here we'll go. Browse. Keys. Dense metallic tines. Looks like we've got something there. That one looks like it's got a bit more of a tail and maybe some delay. And I can just play that on the 1, which is roughly there. There we go. And I'm just going to duplicate that across a couple of times for that section. Then what I might do is just duplicate that again. And I'm just going to change the patch and add a delay. Yeah, I don't know what it sounds like, so that'll have to do. And then I'm just going to check the EQ on those as well. Yeah, so once again, I'm just doing simple stuff, like looking out for any ones that look really resonant, cutting a bit of low, a bit of high, just to ensure that, you know, it's not going to like really hurt my ears when I actually listen to it. Nice, it's quite similar. Cool. Right, there you go. So that's me writing a whole beat without listening to it. So not a whole beat, but an idea. And I'm just going to have a listen to it now. And so this is it. This is the whole track. This is the track that I wrote without listening to it. Oh, 1 second. I'm just going to arrange it a tiny bit. So I don't want the bass coming in right from the start. So pad and drums. Then maybe a bit more pad. And then that can come out at 49. And then that's where that little element comes in. Bass can come in at 33. And yeah, that's going to be my rough idea there. There we go. So this is a beat that I wrote without even listening to any of the parts when I wrote them. So yeah, let's see what happened. The pad's much more distorted than I imagined. I never would have picked a pad like that, so that's quite cool. It's not bad. That's not bad. Oh yeah, fair play. That was really fun. I never would have wrote that music. It was just a really fun experiment, and yeah, that was it for today. Really, I just because I haven't got much time, so I thought, that would be a fun thing to do, just to write a tune without listening to it. So I'd love it if some of you gave it a try. And if you do it and it works or whatever, or it doesn't work, I'd love for people to send me a link, to the tune that you wrote or what came out. But yeah, that was really fun. And if you're ever stuck for ideas, that's a way to completely get judgment out of the window and just let the idea roll out. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, everyone. As always, if you could like, share and subscribe, it really helps. And I want to just try and build a couple more people, so we can talk about music and build a music community and that sort of stuff around music production and creativity ideas like this. So yeah, I'd love to see people's attempts and what came out. Anyway, until next time, nice one.